From protecting clean air to preserving forests, laws and policies have shaped the planet. Today, we are diving into the top 5 environmental policies that didn't just make headlines, but shape the future of our planet. These policies are a proof that the power of collective actions can move mountains, or in this case, save them. Stay tuned, because number 1 on this list could hold the key to the survival of our planet.
Starting at number 5, we have the Clean Air Act of 1970 from the United States. In the mid-20th century, cities like Los Angeles were choking under a blanket of smoke. People were getting sick, and the environment was paying the price. Then came the Clean Air Act, a groundbreaking law that aimed to control air pollution on the national level. For the first time, industry were held accountable for their emissions. Limits were set on emissions, and catalytic converters were introduced into cars. The result? Air quality improved dramatically, preventing countless cases of respiratory illness and saving millions of lives. But here is a twist. Clean Air Act didn't just stay in the US. Its success inspired similar legislation worldwide, proving that clean air isn't just a privilege, it's a right. Next, at number 4, is the Montreal Protocol of 1987, an agreement so successful it's often called the most effective environmental treaty ever. Why? Because it tackled one of the planet's most pressing issues, the depletion of ozone layer. But how did this all start? In the 1970s, scientists discovered that CFCs used in everything from refrigerators to hairsprays were tearing the hole in the ozone layer, a layer that shielded Earth from the harmful UV radiations. The repercussions were dire: increased skin cancers, damage to crops, and disrupted ecosystems. The Montreal Protocol brought countries together, banning these chemicals. Over time, the ozone layer started to heal, a rare win for humanity and the planet. This treaty proved that when nations unite for a common cause, miracles can happen. Now, coming at number 3, the Kyoto Protocol of 1997. This was the first international treaty to legally bind countries to reduce greenhouse gases emissions. It laid the foundation for today's climate actions efforts. While the treaty faced criticism for its lack of enforcement and the absence of major emitters like the US, it started a global conversation about climate change. It paved the way for agreements like the Paris Accord. The Kyoto Protocol also sparked innovation. Countries began investing in renewable energy, improving energy efficiency, and exploring carbon offset programs. While its direct impacts may have been limited, Kyoto started a global conversation that continues to shape climate policies today. It taught us that even imperfect policies can be a stepping stone to a greater change. Coming at number 2 is the Convention on Biological Diversity, CBD, a global treaty adopted at the 1992 Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro. Its goal? To conserve biodiversity, sustainability use of natural resources, and ensure the fair sharing of benefits from genetic resources. Why is this important? Biodiversity is the backbone of life on Earth. It supports everything from food security to clean water. The CBD brought nations together to protecting species, ecosystems, and genetic diversity. One of its standout achievements is the establishment of the Aichi biodiversity targets in 2010, which set specific goals to reduce biodiversity loss. While not all targets were fully met, the CBD catalyzed the countless conservation initiatives worldwide, including the creation of protected areas and the restoration of degraded ecosystems. This treaty isn't just about governments. It inspired local communities, indigenous people, and private organizations to take actions, reminding us that the fight for biodiversity is a shared responsibility. Finally, at number 1, the Paris Agreement of 2015, a landmark accord signed by almost every nation on Earth. Its mission? To limit global warming below 2 degrees centigrade and pursue effort to limit it to 1.5 degrees centigrade. Unlike Kyoto,
The Paris Agreement was more inclusive, with nearly every nation pledging to limit global warming below 2 degrees centigrade.
The Paris Agreement isn't just a policy, it's a call to action. It empowers nations, businesses, and individuals to take responsibility for the planet. While challenges remain, it's our best shot at combating the climate crisis. The Paris Agreement is a blueprint for hope. Its success depends on all of us, citizens, corporations, and leaders, doing our part. The question is, will we rise to the occasion? These 5 policies prove that change is possible when people and government come together for a common cause. But they also remind us of the fight for our planet is far from over. So what can we do? Advocate, educate, and hold leaders accountable, because every action, big or small, contributes to a brighter and greener future.
Which of these policies inspired you the most? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on how we can rebuild our planet for a sustainable future.